Welcome back to the podcast, guys. My name is Andrew. I got Brandon here with me.
What up?
And thank you for checking out our views on the sidelines. We got a different view today, obviously. So we might start doing it here back at the Dilf Mansion. Dilf Mansion, bro.
That's good.
But, we'll have a different setup, though. We just did it here for right now. We got some big moves coming in. Not going to disclose those information yet because I don't want to jinx myself like that.
Yeah, don't jinx it, bro.
But from what
Need that check.
But from what the conversations have been like, some big things happening with this podcast. So I can't wait. I'm excited for that.
You do actually get paid now.
Yeah, you would actually get paid. I'd actually have money to pay you. Yeah. So we'll be okay.
I'm going to be on the ass.
Yep. But I'm just thinking, thank you for everybody that sticks around, listen to us. And
we're only going to go from here.
Honestly, yeah, we're just going up. Robert's not here today, obviously, as you can tell. It is what it, with Robert, I guess he has some things got kind of tied up with stuff, but it's cool. Hey, Rob, I'm holding it down for you. I got it this time. You owe me one. I'm missing next week.
Yeah, I'm missing the fact that he could have been here and brought pizza.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Papa.
All right, bro, let's jump in.
Bro.
Lately, there's a lot of shit going on, but what do you think about Deshaun Watson and his 24 pending lawsuits against him for sexual misconduct? That seems like a big thing.
Yeah, man. So,
like 24?
24, and like these last two kind of added very recently. Not just so when he first got the lawsuit, it was 22. It was 22 masseuse.
That's crazy numbers, though.
It's crazy. But so with the first 22, they already went with they went to, present the case against a grand jury, right? And they said it was like they already kind of not dismissed it, but they said that there's nothing criminal about it. So he's not gonna do jail time for any of this.
So what does that mean, though?
So really, what it really kind of means is kind of like I got it right here though, but like from what I've been reading about it it's kind of like, since it's not really a criminal thing, it's like
a misdemeanor shit.
Not a misdemeanor, but like really like it's kind of easy to settle these. But he doesn't want to
22 settlements.
That's what I'm
24?
saying. 24 now. And like each story, there's a thing on HBO right now about it's called The 22, I believe. And it's about the first 22 girls that...
Wait, so they already have a show about it?
Oh, dude, this is big, bro. Because you're talking about Deshaun Watson, and Deshaun Watson is that quarterback. Like,
So kind of like how they did for like the whole R. Kelly thing. They're kind of doing oh my God, that's bad.
It's bad. It's bad. And then the sad part is it's like he already got, kind of got suspended already for a year. Right, because of it. But he's like facing another suspension. He's gonna miss some more games. He's gonna have to, because what this is gonna kind of emulate is the Trevor Bauer incident that we kind of touched on like a couple episodes ago. Yeah. But there's a difference obviously because you're comparing two chicks to 22.
24 now.
24 now. So it's like apples and oranges at this point. And that guy got 2 years.
This guy's just getting settlements, you said? Essentially?
He doesn't want to settle. That's his issue.
He wants to fight it.
Yeah, because he's like, why am I going to settle something that I don't think that I didn't do anything?
But I mean, 24?
It's 24? Like, it's too many to really be like,
yo, like, nah, I didn't do it.
Right. And then we kind of touched this like last time. Like, we touched this on the Everybody Loves Dilfs, like with Johnny Depp.
Oh, yeah.
What I said, like, even though he wins the case, right?
You still get stained.
Yeah. Like, his credibility and his reputation now is going to be no more.
And it's just like, even like, let's say he's able to play again and he gets traded or whatever, it's going to be hard to get on a new team.
Yeah. But, I mean, the Browns picked him up already. So, I mean, he's already picked up. He sounded, when he first signed his deal, that $290 million guaranteed.
He got $290
million guaranteed.
With this?
Yeah, after all this, the Browns still gave him that money.
290.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah, it's insane. Right?
That's an insane number, bro. Like, how do you get 290 with all this going on?
But because his skill set and who he is as a like before all this, before all this, his character prior and his off the field issues were none. He was a great kid.
Okay.
He's barely like 25 years old, 26. He's like our age. He's young.
His age matches his allegation numbers.
Legit, honestly, and it's fucking insane.
Dude, that is a lot.
Yeah,
but
I could understand like maybe like 2, maybe like 5.
But to still get like 290 million after all this,
his skill set is none other. Like when you watch him play, like if anybody out there kind of watches his stats, like you understand why they gave him this money, because that money is something different.
So who was he with prior?
So he was with Houston Texans.
Okay.
And he wanted out already. They traded off his best receiver to Arizona, which was DeAndre Hopkins, and they got back a running back who was already done.
Okay.
And he's mad. He's just like, what the hell, dude? Like, I'm dragging this team to the playoffs yet. You just keep taking out my weapons.
And then bringing dead weight?
Yeah. So then he's like, you know what? Forget it. Like, I don't even want to be here. So he wanted to trade already and stuff. And he's like, you know what? Like, I don't care. Trade me. I'm not going to show up to minicamp. I'm not going to show up. Do whatever you want to do. Cut me. Whatever. And so they were working on a trade deal, and then all this hits in one shot.
But he still came out.
Yeah, so he ends up not playing for a year, dealing with all this. Then everybody found out about the 22 allegations, and then they traded him to the Browns.
So what's the allegations, though? Like,
so a lot of it's like some sexual misconduct stuff.
Yeah.
Like sexual advances. Like a lot of it's like.
But
inappropriate touching.
Just like at parties and stuff?
No, this is within so he gets massages. Obviously, he's an athlete. He's a professional athlete.
Okay, so
and they get massages. They get I don't know how they really do it. The way they call for a masseuse to come to the house, or he goes to them, or whatever. However it works. And he gets massaged out. His legs, quads, groin area, all that. But then apparently, reading one of the 24th one, saying that this guy is, he starts the massage laying face up. Right?
Okay.
Usually, with massages, they start you down, like face down or whatever, right? So that's what it is. But then, it kind of goes on and on with, Watson, with this guy making the room intense, very tense, like very eye contact, like when you're in that zone, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like giving her that eye contact, making her feel uncomfortable, and then he ends up getting an erection out of all this, and then the towel falls, and then he's completely naked at this point. So it's like, you know what I mean?
But if the towel falls on its own,
right? But then what she's saying is that he starts masturbating with himself at this point and all this extra stuff. So it's like these are very detailed, very like vulgar things that they're saying about what he's doing. I don't think vulgar is the word, but I'm gonna just go with it. But the fact that this 24 times, like all 24 that you read and you listen to on the HBO special, they're all roughly the same. So it's like, but there are some, like more than half, that are consensual sex and stuff like that mixed in.
Okay, so then,
you know what I mean? So that's why
they discount it.
Yeah, that they discounted that. That's why a lot of it's not criminally based. But you know what I mean? But you get a lot of stories like these to the public. Like, what's the public really gonna think?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's still, like you said, like on deals, it's still gonna stain your reputation. And
exactly.
I don't know, man. That's insane.
Hopefully, it doesn't mess with his mental too much, and he could just go out there and perform.
I don't think so. I mean, he's gonna look back and be like 290 million. I'm good.
He's probably gonna miss like 7 games though.
Court dates.
Yeah, he's gonna miss like 7 games. Easy.
That's insane, man.
He's gonna have to, because if he doesn't get any, because the thing is now, like, he's already missed a year. So technically, they could count that as his suspension.
Yeah.
But if they don't give him anything, the NFL's going to look really, really, really bad.
True.
Like Roger Goodell, he's the commissioner of the NFL right now, and he's in a tough spot. Because now he has to make this decision on how much time to give him. Because he's going to get suspended. You give him only 5 games, you're just slapping these chicks in the face. You're like, I don't care what happened.
Yeah.
But you give Watson like 2 years, it's like now you're making the Rams pay. I mean, not Rams, the Browns pay. I don't even know the number, but
Paying for
paying
just not play?
$290 million.
To not play?
Yeah, to basically not play. But the Browns are slick. Like the first year, if he gets suspended, it's only $1 million. So it's only $1 million off the cap.
Okay.
So you know what I mean. So obviously he's not losing a lot, but he's still getting some.
That's if
It's
you're
crazy.
at 290.
But then the incentives. So it's like that first when you're suspended, you don't get paid, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
But so let's say it's $1 million off the cap, but his incentives based are more than that $1 million.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said, so when he comes back and does play, he's gonna make.
He can make that money back, so
Easy.
he's okay.
He's fine.
Yeah,
it's set up for him to get his money regardless.
Yeah, it's smart for the Browns. I get why the Browns did it because they are a massive
business.
They're a business. They need quarterback help, and they're a great team regardless.
That's crazy though, man. 24. But man, on a lighter note, bro. How do you feel about Aaron Donald becoming the highest non-QB in the league?
You know what, man? He deserves every penny of that contract. It's $90 million added on, basically. So
isn't that the one? Isn't he the one that signed to
the Rams?
Oh, okay.
He just won the Super Bowl. He is regarded as the best player in the NFL right now, hands down, and I back that up.
Like out of
everybody, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, whoever you want to throw at, he is the best player in the NFL.
You only got 90?
It's 90. Well, you got to understand.
Quarterbacks get the money.
Quarterbacks get the money. For anybody else other than a quarterback to get that money is ridiculous. Okay. And that's what Aaron Donald is kind of pushing for. Like, he wants to be the next guy to get quarterback numbers.
He wants to be next Tom Brady.
He wants to, not Tom Brady himself, but like Tom Brady doesn't even get paid that much.
I know. But he means as far as
he wants to get like
stats
that
and get to that level where his name is mentioned. And
yeah, but his name's mentioned with Tom Brady already. Like, because every year they do the top 100 for the NFL, right? Which is, that list is based off players. Players make that list.
Okay.
And every year they put up Aaron Donald, either 1 or 2. He is that guy. So
90 million is, man.
95 million in
95?
total. 95 million in total. It's a $40 million raise.
With incentives? Does he get incentives too, or?
I think obviously, like, if he wins Super Bowl, if he gets all defensive player, at this point, like, for him getting,
he ended up walking away with like 100.
It's easy. It's easy for him. Like, it's a $40 million raise, obviously, and it runs through 2024. So it's about $30 million a year.
That is wow.
So
and then the incentives go throughout every season, right?
Yeah, it goes throughout all the seasons, and like, you know, obviously playoff. So let's say he's there 3 playoff experiences. Years. What's up?
3-4 years. That's a little extra every year for him.
It's about 2 more years, so it's a 2-year contract added on.
So he probably get another little extra $10 million on the side, maybe.
Possibly, and then plus he has his own, you know, endorsements and stuff that he does.
That is ridiculous. That's amazing.
Right?
Round of applause for that one.
Absolutely. And I believe he deserves every penny of that.
Yeah, that is.
He is the 3 different.
That's what you call like someone like it's those people that you hear about like athletes that, like I said, me personally, I watch soccer, right? Mm-hmm. And I feel like everyone's really stuck on Messi. Right. When you see people like Ronaldo and you had Rooney, Ronaldinho, all these players that you can tell the difference where it's like, okay, you're good, but then you forget about why you started playing the sport. You can get high numbers, but then when you leave somewhere, you're not that same guy.
Right. So
it just shows like with this dude, you could tell like I'm here to prove I'm that guy, no matter if you put me here, this team or that.
Right.
So I think that's pretty cool.
Like man. I mean, I'm not a Rams fan or nothing, but I respect him, and I could easily say that he's gonna go down as the best defensive player to ever play the game. And that's not including, and that's saying a lot because I am jumping Lawrence Taylor, who is regarded as the best defensive player to ever play the game. Sorry about that beer. We got a little beverage.
Little dad thing, little dilf thing.
Little dilf thing, you know.
That's amazing, man. Congrats to him.
Yeah, I mean,
like that's essentially, let's say, with incentives, maybe like 90, 100 million. That's
he's about to make easily 100 million. And then if he, let's say, after the 2024 season, right? Mm-hmm. His contract's over. If he wants to come back, he gets another 30. If he wants to come back. Now, mind you, he is 31 now. So 31 in NFL is very old. It's kind of older.
But like how you just described him, you think with his play skill he can keep going?
I feel like so because his peak is so high. It's kind of like I bring up LeBron a lot, but LeBron's peak was so high that his fall from that peak is still better than a lot of other people. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes, I understand what you're saying. Yeah.
Right. So that's why I feel the same way about Aaron Donald. His peak is so high that regardless of whatever he falls, let's say he only gets like 1 sack a game, right? Because he usually averages about maybe 2.5. Mm-hmm. 1 sack a game is 17 in a season. That's a lot of sacks. You're talking about this dude getting roughly like 20 sacks a season, 20 sacks, entire season, not including the playoffs. And then whenever you need a play from this guy, he's gonna get it.
Yeah.
So I believe that he deserved every dollar of this contract.
And let's say, like, example, you said he's gonna get $30 million coming if he decides to re-sign.
Yeah. So if he returns, he'll get a additional $30 million guaranteed. Guaranteed 30.
Do you think like you said, like let's say he's one of those players who they're older now, but another team wants him? You think his contract would go higher than that? They would have to, right? Because if they're gonna offer
somebody paying him.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna ask. Because so if they're gonna offer him $30 million to re-sign, another team's gonna be like, well, you know what? Instead of 110, 120, what if I give you 150, 160 million?
160 million for like 3 years or something?
You know what I mean? Because like if he's already on his way out, that's
right.
That's insane numbers.
Right, but the issue is he's 31 now. By the time this contract ends, he's gonna be roughly around 33. Mm-hmm. And age in football is a lot different than age in any other sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's harder. Like in soccer, I guess. Like I'm gonna say in soccer, like
because even in soccer, I mean,
but there is not the contact that you're facing every play.
No, of course.
Like in basketball, like at 33, that's a prime year.
Yeah.
But in football, you're a little older already.
Yeah, I mean, all the hits you be taking every day on daily basis.
You know what I mean? Like Tom Brady,
not even games, just practice.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Like Tom Brady could get away with playing at 45 right now.
Yeah.
Like Peyton Manning played until about 37.
Ron can get away with it.
Yeah, like all those players could get, all those quarterbacks could get away with playing that.
But defensive
age,
players, that's a lot on their body.
Exactly, because there's a lot of impact, and especially him, he's getting double team, triple team. You got the fullback coming, you got tackle pulling. Yeah, and him trying to fight that off and then go make the hit himself. It's a lot of falling. It's a lot of getting picked back up.
Yeah, it is. That's true.
Like I know he's relatively healthy, but like you're talking about the Knicks and like he has to probably clean his knee up every single time. Clean up the cartilage in there and stuff. Like I believe that. I believe he has an elbow issue.
Oh, okay.
So I mean,
it's already in a sense showing.
Yeah, but like his elbow issue is a common thing.
Oh,
like
okay.
especially with that position because he's in the trenches. He's always getting hit, face mask to his elbow and stuff. So it's typical stuff.
Okay.
So
what question to you? You think if they give him the $30 million, he'll resign, or will he like retire with someone else if he had a better contract?
It's funny because I can't tell you because he says he's happy without football. Mm. He is content with what he's done.
I'm pretty sure he's invested and has businesses and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Especially that. So I mean, I'm not even including that. But like, if you talk about what he's done as a player. Because he was on another podcast about a week ago. And he answered this question. and they say, hey, there's some rumors out there talking about. Excuse me, sorry. There's some rumors out there about you, about possibility of retiring. Like, what's up? This is another ex NFL player.
Like pretty much how he feels about it.
Yeah, he's like, look, like I'm content without football. Like I don't need it. I'm happy with what I've done. It was 8 years. It's longer than the season average already. Because a lot of average, you talk about middle of the road NFL players, it's about 1 year, 2 years max, and you're out.
Well, like you said, he's already being mentioned with the greats.
Exactly. So he's already talked about with Reggie White, with Lawrence Taylor, like I said, like with all those top echelon God players. That's what they considered.
Yeah, the GOATs.
I mean, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like if I was him, I'd be good.
That's probably what has to show,
But you're gonna throw $95 million at me. Hey, you know what? I probably play for a couple more years. Go get another title. Because his thing when he said he's like, money's got to be right, and I got to be in a position to win.
Okay.
Which I understand.
Well, yeah. I mean, like you hit that certain age too. You can't
just be playing.
On,
like when you're young. Like if he was like 21 right now,
would like test me. Like I want to.
Yeah, dude. Like I could carry this team to a win.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard for a defensive player to carry a team. Yeah. And I hope within these 1-2 years, I'm gonna try to my conspiracy. I hope my conspiracy theory. I believe he'll win MVP of the league, and it hasn't been done by a defensive player since Lawrence Taylor.
You think he'll get it like this next season or his last season?
Not his last. I think his best season is next. Mm-hmm. Because he's going to have Bobby Wagner there.
Okay.
And Bobby Wagner as a linebacker is head and shoulders the best linebacker in the game right now. I believe so. So I believe that's going to help him a lot. But we're going to see how it goes. I mean, Aaron Donald, congratulations to you, sir. You deserve every
applause for homie.
Yep, you deserve every penny of that, buddy.
All right, now I'm going to switch it up with you, buddy. As much as you love football, talk about the NBA Finals.
Oh, see?
Game 7.
Yeah.
How did you feel about that one?
Oh, it's game 1. Oh, game 7.
Is it game 7 or game 1?
Game 1.
Game 1. I'm sorry. I read that wrong.
Game 1. My handwriting's terrible. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
He's reading my notes right now, so it's terrible.
I'm trying to pod. It's my first time.
It's your second time, buddy. Don't try.
You're not wrong. But yeah, I'm sorry. NBA Finals game 1.
Right. Game 1, man. I mean,
I know how much you love basketball. Let me hear it. Hit me with it.
I
wouldn't be surprised if we hear TED Talk right now.
You might get one. Right now. It's hard not to do it. It's hard to do it because Robert's not here to say something outlandish. So it's hard for me to do the TED Talk. But you know what? I was really, really surprised with that outcome. I didn't think Boston was going to win that first game 1.
They dominated.
They really did. And, and it's crazy because of the fact that Jason Tatum had his worst shooting night. He only scored 12 points. He only scored 12 points, and he was, 3 of 17 from the field, which is terrible. It was 17%. He shot terribly. But when you watch the game and watch him how he played actually really good. He had 13 assists. Like, he's setting everybody up. So what I mean is, like, yeah, I get it. So his 3-point percentage, I'm going to look at the 3-point percentage real quick because these are amazing. So his own 3-point percentage is 20%, which is terrible. But everybody else collectively, when you add all of them up as a unit, they're 51% from the nuts. 3. They're that's more nuts. Than 50%.
For one game, that's nuts.
Yeah. Like, they are shooting great.
Yeah, that's
intested.
But it goes to show, like, even with him maybe not really performing as far as they wanted with the shots, like, they came together as a team, as you should. I personally feel like in a final, you can't really depend on your guy that you expect 20, 24, 30 from. You know what I mean? Like, you have to come in there together. Yeah. And just be like, you know what? We're going to get this done.
Absolutely.
Like, it shows the hunger. And just that, like, okay, maybe we got here because of him or whoever, right? But now we're gonna show you, like, it's not just him. Like, right. We can do this. So.
And I believe that too. Like, I just feel like Jason needs to get those numbers, but everybody else needs to come along at the same time. Because let's say Jason Tatum gets 12, right? Al Horford goes for 26, right? Obviously, Jaylen Brown goes for 24, and then you got Marcus Smart's going for 18, and you get Derek White coming off the bench for 21.
Just great numbers.
You know what I mean? Those are your
great numbers.
Double digits all across. Like, basically, everybody's coming out doing their thing, dominating in their fashion.
And the shows, like I said.
You know what I mean?
It's
and
like,
the shows.
look, man, look. And the shows, too, it's like, look, man, you may be a little off with the shots, but when he was,
right.
like you said, performance, I'm going to be here for you guys.
That's what I'm saying. But so it's like, that's what you need.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, Kobe had when we talk about Kobe.
Because you know, Kobe, like, because that's when I used to actually watch basketball.
Right. So I'm going to tell you this right now. So his 5th ring, right, against Boston, that game 7 that he had, you know, he shot terribly. Mm-hmm. He went 6 of 21, but they ended up still winning the game. But he did have double-digit rebounds. He figured out a way to win the game, to help out and to dominate other areas.
Yep.
He had double-digit rebounds. Jason Tatum, he had 13 assists, setting up everybody else. He's gonna attract that double team. If he starts driving in the lane, everybody's gonna collapse to him.
Yep.
So all he has to do is kick out, and this is where you get these, like
Insane.
Al Horford. Al Horford 6 to 8 from the 3, right? Then you get Marcus Smart shooting
6 to 8. You said?
Yeah,
okay,
Al Horford 6 mates, 8 attempts, right? And then you get Marcus Smart shooting 4 or 7, right? So he's setting these up. Yeah. They're getting wide open looks.
Yep.
Dude, I could deal with that. I could deal with 4 or 7. Yep. I could deal with that. You miss 3,
still
you ain't gonna miss them all.
Yeah.
I mean, you're not gonna make all of them. You're not.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, I play basketball. Like, I get a lot of good looks. Like, you're not gonna make all of them.
Yeah. But the fact that he even wasn't able to make those shots, he's like, I got you with this.
But you gotta keep the defense honest.
Exactly.
Like, I'm gonna shoot this ball if you let me. So that's what it ends up really coming down to.
That's amazing, man.
Right? Like, they're.
Well, with that, you saying that, I mean, then it's clear why they dominated. Then they found
and they're a great defensive team.
They just showed you like, yo, as a team, we got this. Yes. You don't really need him to be scoring all these points.
Yep.
You know.
That's how I feel like too.
That's a run plus for that too.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
Just them as a. That's why I've always said Boston in 6, because I think that they're the better team because of this.
Yeah.
Because you're not really getting this from anybody else. Like, all right, if we're gonna look at the Warriors real quick.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that. How did you feel about Steph struggling, bro?
So he has that monster first quarter, right? He ends up going 6 for 6 on the 3, meaning he made 6 threes in the first quarter, right?
Yeah.
And what Steph is missing from a legacy standpoint, if you look at his career, and it's just him as a total, he is missing that playoff game that you look at and be like, oh,
like that's where he shows you. That's why he's Steph, or that's why he's known as et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know
because like when you look at all the greats, right?
Yeah, of course.
Magic, you got Magic's game where he gets a 35-point triple double, and he plays all 5 positions.
Yep.
Right, and then you get LeBron's loss in the final, but you get his 51-point drop, like his 51 point, or you could look at his Game 7 triple double that he dropped, but then he gets the block, or then Giannis's 50-point triple double that he drops. So I mean, he is missing that game.
Where it just shows everything, not just
that he knows that I am the best player.
You can't
in
just
finals.
shoot, but you're that
right?
guy.
Yeah. And that's what it ended up when it first started. That's what it started as. Like, this is the Steph game.
This is the one?
Yeah, this is the game where he goes for 40, goes for 45, and goes nuts.
But do you think there's something that has to do with that, though, for him to actually just... You think he's overthinking it once he went back in? And what do you think that's about? Like, you being a basketball player, what do you think that's about? Like, is there certain times, like, for example, let's say you're having a good game, right?
Right.
And you just come back in, there's maybe something that just, for some reason, you just get in your own head? Do you think that, like, maybe he said the same thing, like, oh, this is my game.
Right. And
then maybe he tried to pressure himself? Do you have any opinion on why maybe it just went that bad?
So I'm gonna go 2 things. So for one, I'm gonna go with the defense that Boston was playing.
Okay.
Because when you look at that game in that first quarter, they were playing like they never knew who he was. Like acting like he's not
that guy.
Like he's not the best shooter that's ever shot the ball in the NBA.
Which is a good strategy, though, for them.
No, it's not.
I mean, in a sense, if you think about it, because it's like
it's terrible.
You can never go in there freeing somebody.
They are lucky. They are lucky that they shot that good to keep up.
Well, I get what you're saying, but
that's what I'm saying. Because you can't.
At the same time, you can't go against your opponent and be like, okay, they're the best, and we won't stand a chance, or we're gonna fall behind.
Because I put it like this: I trust Steph. You know, when you look at the first quarter, I'm gonna tell you his first quarter stats real quick, right? When you look at, I trust Steph going what he went in the first quarter. And what was it? He went 6 of 8 from the 3, right? I trust that from Steph more than I do the entire Boston team.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He is that great of a shooter.
Yeah. That's what you're saying. Yeah.
Like, he'll go get you. I believe he's gotten 36 in a quarter. No, that was Clay. That's his running mate. But we'll talk about Clay later. But Steph could go get you that.
Yeah.
Because his threes matter more than everybody else's on that floor.
Okay.
If you really, really think about it.
Yeah.
So for me, that's one of them, right?
Uh-huh.
And another one is I believe that Steve Kerr, the head coach of the Warriors,
his name is Steve Kerr?
Steve Kerr.
Steve Kerr, Steph Curry?
No, they're not.
I think that was in the Mayan calendar, bro. It's supposed to be.
No, sir.
It's
Steph did have a dad that actually played in the NBA, though. Steph did, yeah. Del Curry. He was a shooter.
Curry? That's, bro.
Del
Sounds
Curry.
like somebody with DoorDash.
Del Curry was an NBA player at the same time as Steve Kerr. They actually played in the same era.
That's insane.
Right? So, you know, obviously he has that NBA blood in him.
Yeah, of course.
So.
Like Gigi would have had with Kobe.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Gigi would have had.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace. I wish you had the thing.
We need to get a Gigi and the Kobe picture up.
Honestly, yeah.
That's just. Besides Kobe's his whole career, that moment was just. I feel like it was monumental for everybody.
Right.
As sad as it was, though, it showed that, you know, like we talked about it actually. Where would she be if they were still here?
Gigi?
Yeah. You know, we talked about it before. Like, what Kobe would have helped her do for women's basketball.
Yeah, the exposure would have been.
Exposure and more money for female athletes, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely.
That would have been amazing.
Absolutely.
Man. That would have been crazy. That was just a side note. Sorry, fellas.
Yeah, that was Brandon's TED Talk.
That was my TED Talk.
That was Brandon's TED Talk. There we go.
TED Talk. That was my TED Talk.
But so yeah, I'm gonna go with Steve Kerr's. His substitution patterns are really, really weird.
How so?
I feel like I get it taking him out. Okay. As a superstar, right? Yes. And you're trying to get back into a game.
Yes.
You need to play your best player to let him get back into that game.
I understand what you're saying.
Right? So, if you don't give him that chance and you don't let him go early, then it's kind of going to be, if you put him in, let's say he pulls out Steph at, I believe he pulled him out a little bit before the third quarter ended, right? Okay. And then rested him like about the first half of the fourth quarter, the first part of the fourth quarter. So I think about 6 minutes in.
Okay.
If you let him only go like, let's say you only give him that 3 minutes of rest in that fourth quarter and you just throw him back in.
He might have came back a monster.
That's what I'm saying. Because now
it's the what if.
That's exactly what it is. Because if you get Steph in a mode where he needs to get these shots up.
And I feel like if he would have been like, oh, I just got benched for 3 minutes.
Right. No, he needed the rest. But like I feel like Steph is still young enough to go about 44 minutes in a game.
Of course.
Like he needs to do that. He's about 33.
Oh, he's solid.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's so younger. He's a little older, though. He's one of the old veterans on that team. But I feel like if he's that guy and he is the guy on that team, you need to throw him in and let him go. Live and die by him.
Of course.
right? But Boston ended up playing a whole entirely different defense on him and threw him off. So I get that because they could get real physical on you fast.
Yeah.
So I get it. I could see where the struggle comes because the rest of the game he ends about. So I'm gonna tell you right now. So this first quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
The first quarter. Jesus,
Even with the Drew facts,
can't talk today.
pod facts,
He ends up getting 21 in the first quarter.
not bad.
First quarter
Beautiful.
goes nuts,
Beautiful.
right?
Beautiful.
You know what he ended with? And this isn't gonna make sense to you.
10, 11.
He ended with 34. So meaning he only scored 15 points the rest of the game.
And he came back when, you said?
Well, no, like he didn't get benched the entire
I know,
game,
but I mean,
like, you know what I mean? Like
that's
periodic.
yeah, for Steph, that's kind of
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like for like, let's say Kevin Durant goes for 21 and a quarter, he's going nuts. He's gonna keep fucking. He's gonna keep throwing those up.
Yeah.
Same thing for LeBron. Same thing for Giannis. Even Devin Booker.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe when those 3 minutes he was on the side, like you get in your head too much. Like yo, like you said, maybe if you saw it as a fan, you know, you have to understand. Like I think, like you an athlete, like when you see yourself, like okay, this is the game where I'm gonna shine. Cause I'm pretty sure you've been there.
Oh yeah, I've hit 12 threes in.
And you're like, yo, I'm about to shine, and then something goes wrong. Like you said, he wasn't ready for that defense.
Right.
And then you get those 3 minutes you have a
But
solid
like my
to
thing
your
is,
head.
it's kind of like if he's hot like that, like they have it with me. So like I had a game where I hit 12 threes in a game.
Yeah.
Right. I got to 36.
Yeah.
End of the night with 38 because I got some cheap layup at the end. But
The freebies.
I got a cheap layup. Like it was
We call those the freebies.
yeah. My homie got a steal and he threw it and I just laid the ball up. You know,
The freebies.
but you know, but they leave me in.
Yeah, of course.
They'll let me go until about.
That's
like,
what you said.
the golden rule, like really, the golden rule in basketball is you keep shooting till you miss about 2 or 3 in a row.
Okay.
Like once you start missing, then you stop. It's either you change what you're gonna do, or change your mindset. Like, okay, you know what? Let me get to the rim, or you know what? Let me start looking for a pass or something like that. Yeah. Like regardless, like you know, forget my shot right now because it's not there. Like try to get to the line, try to make an easy one. And that way it gets you, okay, I made that. Okay. Like with Steph is the exact same way. Like, let him keep going. Yeah. You know, like I kind of said last time, like Steph's ball movement without the ball, like his movement without the ball is insane. Far none. Yeah. Like when you watch like videos of him.
Oh, bro, I've been watching like. And then even without me wanting to, like he just pops up in the shots, and like I've seen him without him just practicing without the ball. Like it's the coordination on that.
He is a master at what he does.
The movements he's able to.
Like, dude, like he cuts base. Like there's a video out there I seen of Steph where he's cutting baseline and he locks arms with Jordan Poole or whoever, Klay Thompson, and they spin in a circle and he just pops out and then gets an open three.
That's what I'm saying.
Like it's insane, but like there's only a select few people that can do that because he can move without the ball. Yeah. Because you start sending people different ways, and then now all of a sudden you got a great open look, and he doesn't need a lot of space. No, because his shot is so quick, and the quick release shot is just.
And you know what I noticed? What I noticed about Steph too. I'm not really into sports, so to views, fan base, but I was one before. You still have to watch, you know, because you want to keep you updated, right? What I've noticed about Steph is his release. Mm-hmm. Like, the way he just shoots is so smooth, man. Oh, yeah. It's smooth. It's smooth and quick. Man. It's the perfect shot that you want. Smooth and quick. It's smooth. It's like it's aligned with the rim somehow. Like, every time I see him shoot, I'm like, how does this guy do
every shot that he takes, you think it's going in.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what you want.
I'll see it. Because, I mean, once a sports fan, eventually you still have it in you somehow. Right. So I'm still interested in seeing like those guys, right? Yeah. And when I see, I'm like, oh, that's going in. You can't even doubt that. So
that's what I'm saying.
That you telling me those numbers right now, it's like, dang, that I get it why they kind of like take a break and whatever, but I'm more surprised that he wasn't going to make a comeback and do like he did in the beginning of the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's hard to try to, because when you get down early,
Mm-hmm.
when you get down in the game early, it's hard. It's hard to come back because what ends up happening is you have to play perfect basketball.
Yeah.
No turnovers. You gotta take great shots. It's hard, and then you gotta play great defense because they can't score basically, or you have to score more than them in a run.
Yeah.
So it's just hard to really come back.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you waste a lot of energy that way. And, it just wasn't their game. I felt like just Boston altogether just took over the game for them.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
And then you just go from there.
Yeah. Well, what about this one, buddy? Draymond, star status.
Star status? Okay. I have my issues with Draymond.
Of course you do. Let me put one of these. It's going to sound like a TED Talk, so I have to.
It is a TED Talk, actually. Welcome to my TED Talk. Listen. Draymond Green. I know you're not going to listen to this. I hope somebody adds him. At him.
Yeah.
At him for me. Somebody at him.
MySpace, Twitter, WhatsApp, whatever. Send it to him somehow.
Whatever you do, Brandon, get this clip and we'll throw it on the Twitter. I'm going to add him.
All right, for sure. I'll do that.
Draymond Green. You are not that guy, pal. You're not. I don't care what you think it is, what you think you've done in this league. You're not.
Ooh.
All right.
Is
you
that
think
the dude? He's the one that comes out on the what's the show with Shaq and them? Is that him?
Inside the NBA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, Draymond Green, what he does is, so that game one, he got a tech early, right?
Okay.
But then he does a lot of other stuff, a lot of antics. He's kind of like a Dennis Rodman. I consider him like a Dennis Rodman.
He's in Korea?
Huh?
He's in Korea?
No, dude. But I consider him like a Dennis Rodman because of the fact that he's an irritant.
Ego.
Not ego, because he sacrifices a lot. Because I feel like if you put him on a team by himself, he could actually lead a team.
Okay.
But he's not the offensive scorer that way. That's the issue. Like, you can't build it around him, but he could be a centerpiece, like how he is right now.
Okay.
So this is why I say he's not that guy. You are not the star to get a star call. And what I mean by a star call is, because I know you probably don't know what a star call is.
No, I do not.
All right. So
Please explain.
I got you, Papa. So KD, Giannis, LeBron, Curry, Steph Curry gets these calls. Joel Embiid, they get these what are called star calls. What that means is if it looks like a foul, but you're hesitant on it, they're not going to give it to you. Or other way around. If it really doesn't look like a call, but they're hesitant, they give you the call so you go to the line. Those are the star calls.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like they give those superstars those calls.
Yeah. Okay. They throw them a bone.
Yes. Draymond has breached the system and figured out that he knows how far he could go until he gets a tech. Because he knows if he gets one more tech, he's suspended.
I see what you're saying now.
You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying now. Okay.
Because you need about 16 techs in a playoffs in order to get suspended for a game.
Yeah.
Right? And he knows he's too valuable to get suspended. Because we all know what happened after that. The 2016 finals, he got suspended game 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
For getting a tech and cussing out LeBron. And he got ended up getting a tech.
How do you cuss out LeBron, though?
He called him a B. Bro, in front of everybody. You know what was crazy part? You know what the ironic part was? The guy who's in charge of giving out those suspensions and those fines was sitting in the third row and he heard it.
And so he was like, oh.
And he was just like, oh, no, bro.
You're
getting this one.
Like, don't do that.
Yeah, you're getting this one.
Okay.
So he gave him that. He gave him that one.
So in a sense, we trying to, like, what I'm picking up is that Draymond thinks he's the guy without being the guy. Like he's just
He said it in an interview,
like I'm. He's trying to say that he slept on or something.
something like that. He already called himself the best, one of the best defensive player to ever play the game. And I'll tell you right now, I can name off 5 right now that he's not guarding. I'm gonna go Jordan number 1, Hakeem Olajuwon, David Robinson, Kobe, and
You can't guard a snake.
and Tim Duncan.
Mamba.
Yeah, like those 5. Who's he really guarding? Nobody. Because he doesn't guard the best player on the opposite team. He doesn't.
You play these guys?
Yeah, he's not like I'll give him this. He's a very good team defense player. Okay. What I mean is he picks off passing lanes. He anticipates very well. Like he knows where the drive's going to come from. He gets a lot of offensive charges.
Yeah.
Called for him.
Okay.
And I get it. He's basketball IQ is above far else. But him one-on-one defensively, he's not that great. Okay. Like, cool. Like, I'm going to give you an example real quick. He guarded LeBron in finals, right?
Yeah.
LeBron still dropped 34 on his head. He guarded Luka, right?
Still call him a B.
And Luka dropped 45 on his head.
45?
45 in a game 5.
That's insane.
Exactly. I mean is, so him defensively one-on-one isn't great, but him team defensively he's very smart. All the other guys I just listed, Jordan gets on you, he's going to make you struggle. He's not going to shut you down because it's hard to shut down a superstar, but he's going to make it really hard for you to get your shots.
Of course.
And that's what you want.
Yeah.
So for Draymond, you're not that guy. And you are going to get ejected out of one of these games. And you're going to cost your team the finals. I'll tell you right now. Because if he gets ejected from one of these games, it's going to be over with. And they're going to lose.
I see what you're saying. We'll make sure I edit this clip and then I'll get this to Draymond.
Yeah, you need a... Yeah, we're posting this to freaking...
We'll send him a cassette tape to his house.
Yeah, honestly. DVD, whatever. We're sending it to Cheese Bar. His WhatsApp.
While he's looking for Latinas, you can just hear you're not that guy.
Yeah, apparently he sends nudes on Snapchat, so send it through Snap. Freaking weirdo. He irritates me.
All right, man. Let's just move on to that because Draymond's stressing you out. What about in the NBA final game 2?
Game 2. Obviously, the Warriors needed this game.
That's Steph's lead, bro.
The 29-point?
Yeah.
I feel like it's fake. I put it like
fake?
Yeah. Because Boston didn't even need this game.
So you feel they were just like, they just let them have it, or?
Not like let them have it, but if you win it, great. Because you need the split.
Yeah.
So for like, I'm going to give you a quick strategy.
Okay.
For like when you go into the NBA Finals and you're the visitor team.
Okay.
When you go to their home court, the first game 1, game 2, you want the split.
Okay.
You want to win 1.
Okay.
Since they win game 1 in that fashion, they're kind of like, look, we're going to play the same way, but if Golden State adjusts and they end up winning, it's fine.
Yeah.
But they didn't even play that bad.
Okay.
I really don't think they play that bad. I think what killed them is the turnovers for the entire team. Because as a team, they had 18. And that's a lot. Now, you give Golden State, especially Golden State, 18 turnovers, they're going to turn that into points.
Yeah.
And I believe they gave up, how many points they gave up on turnovers, huh? I believe they gave up 18? No. I don't even know that number right now. I gotta get those stats to you ASAP. But what I mean is, it's kind of like when you get Golden State those turnovers and you give them, the second fast break, because there's always that first fast break, but then if you get to the second one, meaning like the pass to half court, or the lead pass to the lane, it's kind of like stuff like that. That's like the second fast break per se. But you give him those quick opportunities like that, Golden State's going to run you out the building. Because now you're going to give Steph playing with the lead. And him playing with the lead, he knows how to keep a lead. And it's crazy. I've seen it. He goes nuts.
He's that guy.
Yeah, he's that guy. But I think it was more on Boston struggling than it was really Golden State really dominating.
Performing.
Yeah. I really think that. Because if you look at Boston as a whole, like this entire playoff run, the games where their turnovers are really high, they lose. Bad. But when they keep those turnovers low, they're dominant. They're blowing out teams.
Yeah. So
that's the difference I feel like between these two teams. So it's just like cool. Steph went for 29. Steph went for 29 and shot really great from the field. He didn't even shoot all that great. He went 9 of 21. So he's still struggling from the field. It just happened that Boston was struggling more.
Okay.
Because Jason Tatum shot for shot at 28, but he was struggling 8 from 19, but no one else came with him. I think the closest was Jaylen Brown at 17.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And then for Steph, you get the 29 from him, you get the 11 from Klay Thompson, you get the 12 from Kevon Looney, you get 11 from Andrew Wiggins. I mean, you don't get a lot of other help. So if Steph, let's say Steph only goes for 20, I think they lose that game.
Yeah.
So, they didn't play all that great. I think Boston just played worse. So, his dominance that you kind of hear out here, in the other, sports areas and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think that's really true.
Okay.
If Boston didn't give you 18 turnovers, you're not winning this game.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel it, bro. But what about the statement win for Warriors?
Statement win. Like I said earlier, they needed to win this game.
Yeah.
Because there's only a handful of teams. Actually, I'm gonna take that back. There's no team that's ever. Is it no team? I believe it is. I don't know if I have this right, but there's not a lot of teams that's actually won the finals, losing 0-2 in their own home. Meaning, let's say you're the home team, right?
Yeah.
You're the number one record. You're the team.
Yeah, of course.
And I'm coming into playing you guys.
Territory.
Yeah, but I win both those games. You're not winning those finals. You're not. Even if you push to a game 7, you're not.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean?
Momentum, everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I just sucked all the momentum that you thought you had out of that arena.
Yep.
So now every time I come in there, I own it too.
I have the tiger.
Yeah, you should hang my banner up too.
I have the tiger.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Rambo.
No, bro, it's Rocky. Get Rambo. It right, dude.
Rambo.
It's Rocky.
Rambo's better. Rambo blows up cars and jungles and cars, houses.
This is my TED Talk. The fact that this man doesn't even understand that you won't even get you won't get Rambo without Rocky.
Wasn't Rambo first?
No, they were about the same time actually.
Well, then I don't want to hear it.
So I mean, we weren't even born yet. Neither one of us.
I was born in.
No, you weren't.
54.
No, you weren't. Shut up. Anyways, back to our regularly scheduled
programming. Now that you talked about both those games, though, my guy.
What's up, man?
How do you feel about game 3 at Boston being played?
Boston's winning that game easily. I believe it. I think Boston wins both those games. Game 3 and 4. Because you got both at home. Because the series goes 2-2, 1-1-1.
Isn't Drake a Steph Curry fan?
I think they're boys. I think they are.
So what if he shows up to the game? Who's winning with the Drake curse?
Oh, Boston's winning in 6, like I want.
They're all scoring like 78.
Yeah, they're going nuts
with the Drake curse.
Yeah, but I just think Boston, because the crowd plays a lot.
It does. That hype, that
especially in Golden State. When
You're
you
not
play
wrong.
Golden State, they are loyal. You're talking about the We Believe team in the 2000s. You're talking about the early.
Sí se puede. Sí se
They're
puede.
they're almost like that, but they changed the venue though. Like this is what I don't understand about the team. Like
How
they
much are
went.
the hot dogs though?
They're probably a lot, bro. Because they went from Oakland. They used to be in Oakland at the Oracle Arena
Okay.
in Oakland, but they moved across the bay to actual San Fran.
Oh.
So obviously you get a different clientele because you raise the ticket prices. Obviously
Yeah,
you
hot
get
dogs
a
are probably like
different
30 bucks a-
vibe in there.
Yeah, $30 a bun.
Yeah, like you gotta buy a subscription type of deal,
Like hot dogs every month.
basically.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
A glizzy every month for like 300.
Like you're getting a glizzy like that's like painted in gold.
Like you just put it in the microwave and it's probably the same thing. That's
Exactly.
nuts.
Yeah, it is.
It's probably not even good bread. It probably breaks when you try to rip it.
It's probably expired.
You're not wrong.
It's like getting a Modelo at Dodger Stadium.
I never been.
Oh, dude, those oh my god, dude, are you kidding me?
I only go to Angel Stadium. And
They're probably the same thing.
No.
How much is the Modelo there?
I remember last time I went, I want to say it was like $12.
Oh, Dodger Stadium, you're paying $25 easy for a tall guy.
Well, yeah, it's all
When in Michelada, if you want a Michelada, and they're really good, they're really known for their Micheladas there. Yeah, but they're yeah, you do. I've seen you at Mrs. Taco.
I do. That's only because that's all there
Yeah,
was.
okay, whatever.
I don't want
Anyways, back to our regular scheduled program. Game 3, I got Boston winning because of the fact that I believe Boston's a better team, and then them at home is dangerous. Even though they've lost some home games, they've lost some big ones. Like they lost Game 6 against Miami to force a Game 7. But I just really, really believe that Boston altogether is a better team, and they're just gonna end up pulling out these finals. And I believe this series tied. If they go up,
Yeah.
they go up 3-1.
Mm-hmm.
It's over. They're winning that game in 5. Because I don't believe Golden State's to be able to get back.
So already have it in Boston or Celtics. I mean, I'm sorry, Boston or Golden State.
I got Boston in 6.
That's when to take it.
I got Boston in 6. I'm going that way.
Fair enough.
I just believe they have the better team. I just do. Like I don't think they have a true answer for because they got a problem. Like Golden State had an issue with the Mavericks.
Okay.
Was with guarding Luka. But what helped out Golden State is Dallas isn't the defensive team that Boston is. Because they could lock you down defensively.
Mm-hmm.
Boston. Right? But they could still go bucket for you because of the fact that they have Jason Tatum and they also have Jaylen Brown.
Oh.
Who's lost in the shuffle. Like, yeah, he scores 17. But game 1, he ends up going, like I told you earlier, he goes for 22.
So he's a
or he goes for 24.
He's a hidden gem.
Yeah. So he could be a superstar on his own. He could be a superstar on his own team.
He's a cheat code.
Yeah. But he just happens to be playing with Boston.
Yeah.
So that 1-2 punch that they have is great.
Yeah.
So I think Golden State's gonna have that issue with trying to keep up with that.
Okay, I see what you're saying now.
And they're lucky the Mavericks didn't have that other guy with Luka.
Yeah.
That someone who could go get him 21 as well. So I think they're gonna struggle with Boston at the Garden. And it's just gonna tied. It's gonna be 3. I believe it's gonna be 3-1 going back to Golden State. And I don't see Golden State winning that game, but maybe they do.
Yeah.
But then you gotta come back to Boston, and I don't see them winning. So Boston is 6.
Okay. For sure. Well, you know what time it is, buddy? Our favorite time of the show. Q&As.
Dun, dun, dun. You don't have that, huh?
No, I do not.
We need you to get that sound, buddy.
Yeah, I might have to do that.
Yeah.
Producer.
Dude, you don't even work.
I don't work today.
Or tomorrow. I don't either. So
Yeah,
it's okay.
All right, Q&As, my guy.
What's up, buddy?
Rams extension for Aaron Donald for $65 million.
Yep.
for 2 more years.
Okay.
Making him highest paid defensive player in the league. Is it worth it? I think you touched on that.
I did a little bit, but I'll touch on it a little bit deeper with that. I say yes, because the Rams have proven that they're all in. Every year they're all in. Obviously, you go get Bobby Wagner. You go pay him. You pay Sean McVay, who's the head coach.
Yeah.
Right? You pay him. You pay your best player on that team, which is Aaron Donald. You already paid Matt Stafford.
Mm-hmm.
You paid Cooper Kupp already.
Yeah.
So I feel like they're trying to run that back. They're trying to go get another chip. And it's what LA does as a team. You pay your players and go get chips. Like the Lakers do it, the Dodgers do it. Not the Angels.
Don't do that.
Not the Clippers.
Don't do that.
They suck. Yeah, we're going to talk about the Angels next. Don't even worry about it.
I am an angel.
But anyways, yes, I do agree with it. I would have paid him. If you guys didn't pay him, somebody else would have paid him more.
Not wrong.
Tell you that right now. That's 65 for 2 years. I promise you, someone would have paid him probably 85 for 2 years, and really made him the highest paid player ever, non-quarterback.
Yep.
So that's what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I feel like to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if they go back to Super Bowl. I wouldn't.
Bold statements. Question number 2. Did the Angels make the right move in firing Joe Madden? I want to say that.
Yeah, Joe Maydon.
Maydon.
So, guys who don't know, Joe Maydon, he used to be the manager for the Angels, and they just let him go. And I asked my baseball expert.
BC Joey.
Yeah, BC Joey Mata. And he
Bicep God.
He didn't know. Yeah, bicep God for sure, man. That was arms.
He's my Women Crush Wednesday.
Honestly. You know what? Honestly, I really didn't. You really didn't know why they fired him. I didn't really know why he fired him, but I see the stats right now, and I know why they fired him.
What a guy.
You know why they fired him? He sucks.
He sucks.
He sucks. In 5 years, he won 157 games out of 172. Right? Makes his winning percentage at about a 48%. Right? It's only for 50%. You know, had no pennant wins. Obviously, no World Series wins.
Yep.
And, you know, you don't play that great in the playoffs. I think his entire tenure with the Angels, he didn't even make the playoffs.
In the 5?
In the 5 years, he didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's what I'm saying. He just sucked. I mean, I wish I could tell you more, but you just sucked. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, hey, I feel for the man. I mean, I really don't care.
He'd probably coach high school or something. Get like a $30,000 a year.
I mean, I truly don't care. All right, and he's Angels coach. I don't care. I'm a Dodgers fan. I don't care. Where's your rings at? You got one in 2000. Yeah, you got one in 2000. I want to hear. Is it 2000? I don't know. If it's 2000, I don't know. That's how much I don't care.
I don't know.
Exactly. You don't even know.
Exactly.
Dummy.
But I'm only from Anaheim, so I got to wiggle for them.
20. Dodgers.
They're my guys. Vader don't count.
Baseball.
That counts. It's because you have a jersey, it doesn't count.
I got 2.
Doesn't matter.
They got Vader. I don't know if you got Vader in the picture, but Vader's
He's
got
right there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, Vader's got a jersey on, too. He got LeBron Brown. He doesn't got GOAT.
Vader's an Angels fan.
Did you get the GOAT thing on there yet?
No. Because I don't think LeBron's a GOAT.
I don't like you.
I think Kobe's the GOAT.
Yeah, you don't know anything.
Kobe's the GOAT.
All right. Well, yeah. Back to our regularly scheduled program. Yeah, that he just kind of sucked. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. He didn't make the playoffs.
He was a little Yachty of baseball.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, he was a Tupac of baseball. Trash.
He just sucked. I don't know what else. Anything else you want to know, Papa? I don't know if you have any more questions, but
No, I think that's it.
do you have anything else? Do you want to know anything?
Who shot Tupac?
Probably you at this point.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Honestly.
I was probably angry. Like, man, you got no bars and you're the best one? Yeah, no, that sounds like me.
Jesus. I think we got a question.
You got another question, buddy? I only had those two for you, buddy.
You only have those two for us? Let me see if I find another one. Let me see.
Time for my TED Talk.
Sorry. I'm just trying to check the...
It's my TED Talk time. I don't know what's going on. I don't understand why Drew thinks that because that coach fucked up, that they just aren't that those dudes. Fan base is crazy. The hot dogs are cheaper. And I'm pretty sure the beer tastes better. It's probably not flat. So, yeah. I don't understand.
And back to our regularly scheduled program. No, we don't have any more questions, Bubba.
We're good then, bro.
We're
That's
good,
all I
man.
have for you today.
All right. I want to say thank you for everybody that sticks around and watches these videos for us and listens to the podcast on both Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Really appreciate it. Give us the 5 stars. Give us the good ratings. Send us your comments, your concerns, your critiques.
Why Andrew's always wrong.
Yeah, why am I always wrong? Why Robert never shows up? Like,
Facts.
why Brandon never wants to talk?
I don't know sports. I gave up a long time ago.
I mean, there's your answer.
I only care about Kanye.
But just give us your input in general. Like, we want to hear it. We want to get better. And, we got some couple big things happening. We got should I tell him?
I mean.
Should I tell him a little bit?
I
won't put the name out.
Hit him with it.
All right. So, put it like this. We got
Spell it out.
Spell it out?
Spell it out, and that's all they need to know.
So, FOXSPORT.
We out ya.
Sports.
I'm about to get fired because they're going to get a better editor, but it's okay.
I know, right? No, you'll stick around. But we do have a possibility of a
merger with Fox, as you
merger.
could say.
I got a job opportunity there. So we'll see how it goes from there. I still have to interview for the job and stuff.
So obviously. For all our Mexican audiences, tell your mom to pull out the Rosario. So we
please
can get that
help me out. Pray for me.
Rosa de Guadalupe.
Pray to whoever you pray for. Yeah. And we got some big things going forward. Regardless of if this happens or not, we still want to go towards that direction.
Big facts.
So we could possibly get something big like that, or maybe even something smaller.
We have some sponsors coming, by the way, according to Drew.
Oh yeah, we do. We got a shirt company possibly, and we also have an alcoholic beverage company. I'm not putting out the names yet because they're not sponsored yet. But we're gonna talk about those in the near future. You'll see them on the desk everywhere, so we'll go from there.
Yes, sir.
But that's all the time we got for today. Appreciate you guys sticking around, listen to us. Like I said before, follow us on Instagram page, share us out to everybody.
That.
YouTube, share the YouTube sponsor, shout us out, and follow the Twitter page at Dilfuse. We're gonna start dropping everything on Twitter. You get all the info first on Twitter, and you also get my decision, my announcements on Twitter first.
Yes, sir.
So I'm gonna start doing that first, so everybody can go there first. But after that, Brandon, thanks for hopping on the mic for me. I appreciate you.
Problem,
and Robert, I love you, but I need you here. And
Robert's fired.
Don't do that. And everybody else, I see you guys next week. I appreciate you guys. Thanks.